up, good people? Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no damn chaser. You've got the super team of sports talk here with y'all, and I'm one half of it. Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, here checking in with my main man, my partner in crime. I like to call him the 6 foot under post up champ. Tell him who you are.
What's good, good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A and AA Sports, broadcasting here live on a Thursday, a couple days before the Super Bowl. It never ceases to amaze me that we don't discuss clothing, and yet I got a hoodie on, you got a hoodie on. It just never ceases.
Hey, man, it's hoodie season. It's hoodie season. Unless I'm going to work, you can probably pretty much find me in a hoodie on downtime.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's just the uniform. Summertime is a black or white tee and camo shorts, most likely.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That is absolutely
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah, I don't move too many options around.
But we're here, people. One of us has a big game ahead of us. The other person's team is falling clean apart. So we're gonna have
At least
both
as
ends of the
we,
spectrum.
at least as we knew it, right?
At least as we knew it.
As always, people, yes, we appreciate y'all tuning in. This is episode 210. Remember to, if you do not already, to watch, like, hit those subscribe buttons on the YouTube platform if you like viewing, or if you prefer the podcast platforms. We are on both Spreaker and iTunes. So check us out there. Leave us some comments. Tell us what you think, and we definitely appreciate y'all. Of course, we've got to start with what's been pretty much the main news of the week, other than the Super Bowl. I still can't believe the shit myself. Every time I look at a picture or see or article or highlight or anything, I'm like, damn, Kobe gone. It's just it's crazy. I thought I was gonna have words, but I don't know. It's hard to put it into words, or hard to put it any differently than a lot of stuff we didn't heard. We are going to actually do a real Kobe show sometime in the next week or two. Once we've actually had time to put something real, put something nice together, we're gonna get some people to come on, share their thoughts, favorite games, highlights, things in that nature. So we're gonna do it right. So, but we couldn't just not say anything tonight. What was you doing Sunday when you heard the news?
Bro, I went to church Sunday morning. I came home, caught a nap, because I had some other shit to do that day. And I wake up, my phone kept going off, and I look, and it's like Kobe's gone. I was like, the fuck? He was just tweeting LeBron last night when LeBron passed him. Nah, that ain't true. So I turned on the TV. Of course, ESPN's running. Then I would run CNN. Bro, it was crazy. Kobe is our time period. We're 40. He was 41. We saw his entire career.
Start to finish.
Start to finish. This was hard. This was really hard because, I think we both share the same opinion. Kobe grew on us. Initially he was very arrogant. He could ball. I always was a ball player. But, it didn't sit right with me, that situation in Colorado, him dropping Shaq's name there, just didn't sit right with me. So I kind of wasn't really fucking with him like that. But I respected his game. The older he got, I respected his game. And then to see what he's done post-career, the jewels he's been giving these young players, the way he's been motivating people in other genres, it was sad.
Right.
It was really sad.
Yeah, because and you're right. It's probably pretty much the same way. During most of his prime, I was not a Kobe fan at all for actually pretty much all of his career up until like the last couple of years. When he started, he started to open up a little bit. He was different, just personality wise.
Yes.
Basically, he started being a jerk to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? And that he was a little more open, and I was like, all right, this dude ain't that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't that bad. But yeah, like you said, I was in the car. Me and the family, we were coming from somewhere. I forgot where we were going. We were coming from somewhere and getting lunch, and my wife is on her phone, and she's like, "Man, what? Kobe helicopter crash?" And I'm like, "Huh?" My first thought was, okay, what UK what spam website, what Facebook
Right.
article you done clicked on that's then led you to some shit that's a hoax or a fake page or something.
Right.
So me, first place I go Twitter.
Twitter. When
Went
in
there and
doubt,
then
people.
yeah, I went there. Then you just start you start seeing you like damn. And then of course the even more fucked up part was all of the bad reports that were coming out about who wasn't on the helicopter, how many people, all four of his kids, one, and then it was just so many pieces of information going in all different directions, each one more painful, if you will, than the last set of information that came out in the last 60 seconds. It was just it was crazy how it went down, and to find out it was him and Gigi. When they said that the daughters may be on the plane, I told my wife, I said, man, that girl always with Kobe. Like
Yep.
at least every time they're in the public eye, she always with him. So I'm like, I was hoping it wasn't, but I knew in the back of my head it was a high probability that if none of them was with her, if she possibly was.
It's just LeBron just passed him the night before. And he was so gracious about it. So
Right.
gracious. It just don't seem like that was supposed to happen that way because this sport ain't like the NFL. Most of the greats are still around. Outside of Wilt, most of the greats are still around.
Yeah, they talked about that. They talked about the greatest 50 or the 50 top players, and other than Wilt and Moses Malone passed, I think not a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Those are the only two. Everybody else still living.
Yeah.
So we ain't had an NBA star go out this early. Not a star to that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? But that's I still can't really wrap my head around it. It's wild. It's crazy.
I mean, his impact on this generation, because truth be told, we grew up in the same time period, but Kobe was their Jordan.
Right, because I think as we were the same age as Kobe, we didn't look up to him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, ours was Jordan, and kind of really before Kobe, I was an AI guy. You know what I'm saying? But Bubba Chuck was my dude. So, but yeah, like you said, we watched Kobe grow from young or teenager to a boy to a man, and even looking at some of the old videos that people have been posting and everything, and just to see his personality, like, man, he was a little shy right here.
I forgot he rapped. Totally forgot.
Oh yeah. I didn't forget, but yeah, that was a time frame. That was right around time he was dating Brandy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people, in his prime, that boy gave people that work. I mean,
night in, night out. That I forget what season it was, but that month or that one season where he averaged like 40 for the month.
Yes.
Yeah. That was crazy. I know you were talking about the other day that game in the finals where Shaq fouled out and he took over. Yeah, it was from the time the Kobe stopper period. I think that took him to another level because
yes, it did.
People were really entertaining the thought that not that Ruben Patterson's a bad player, but like this the dude that's supposed to stop me. Yeah, right. I think that took his game to another level.
I guess back then, folks was like, he had to work for that 35.
Yeah.
But man, he was a great. He was a great. The love that he's been getting, it's remarkable. It really makes you look at it and just be like, if you got petty shit with people, deal with it. Let it go. Life's short.
Right.
You don't know what's promised. You don't know if you're gonna be here the next day. It just really makes you look at that, and it's just hate to see him lose his life like that, and his daughter too, because sound like she was gonna get somewhere and be a good player in herself. But I don't know how his wife
definitely had the potential. I don't know if a publicist wrote. I'm pretty sure maybe probably was a publicist to some degree. Wrote whatever statement she put out last night. Like I said, I don't know. I couldn't imagine how she trying to deal. Just herself. the other three girls, and not just you got these other three kids, but one of them is still an infant.
Right.
I mean, that baby only like 6 months old.
Right.
6, 8 months old, if that. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. I was wondering, like his parents. You know, he wasn't good with his parents at all. Like, they had that relationship.
I didn't
I
know
wonder
he had
how that's going. I know he had one. He had more than one.
two. I didn't know.
Okay.
I thought he was the only child. You never saw them, but I was reading about that today. But there ain't been no comments from them. I mean, it's difficult.
Well, the one I knew about was is estranged too. I think he cut her off.
Wow.
Financially around that time when his parents sold his shit.
Sold his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know about the second one, but his immediate family, I don't think he's ever really had that, you know, that kind of family structure. At least not since he's been in the pros. I don't know what the childhood was like. It is crazy, like with him growing up in Italy and all these countries, you think it's a nice, wholesome family environment going on in that house. Something went wrong along the way.
It gives you Aaron Rodgers vibes, don't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But praying for the family. You know,
and the families of the other people, other 7 victims in there too. You know,
absolutely.
I told my wife when it happened, I said, I know this is gonna happen, and it's fucked up to a degree. I was like, but the other people that that perished in the crash, they're gonna be forgotten. They're gonna get glossed over because it's gonna all be about Kobe. And I know my mom was telling me one of the guys, I think the guy is a husband of one of the lady coach that was on there.
Yeah.
You know, he was he was in the media. He was upset about that pretty much. And you feel for him. I understand where he's coming from, but it's like
you got different positions in life, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's like not only did your loved ones have to die, but they had to die with an icon.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's got to be even more of like the knife in the wound and twisting it, to those families to see that they people might get a mention of a name here and there, a picture might flash here or there, right. But all of the talk is definitely on the two known people, so to speak.
Absolutely. But we'll dig deeper into Kobe Bean Bryant at another time, probably sometime next week. But we had to touch on it today. But rest in peace, Kobe. It's tough.
Absolutely.
It's real tough.
Absolutely. Rest in power. Let's see. Of course, people, we're gonna get to that Super Bowl. We're gonna get to that in a moment. But first, we got some other news and notes, some other things going on. A few things rather going on around the sports world. NFL, NBA, NBA All Stars got released today too, right?
Yes, sir.
Or the reserves rather.
The reserves got released today. Let me see if I can pull this list up.
And of course, while he getting it up, it's always some talk about snubs and, oh my God, I can't believe this person didn't make it. First question I always ask, or just look for myself, okay, who you taking off? We just start right there. Who you taking off? And then you kind of know what I'm saying, go for there. Because it's always going to be more guys deserving than actually can make it. So
I'm sorry.
I know the starters for the East were Trae Young and Kemba, Embiid,
Siakam,
and Giannis. And then on the West, you had Bron, AD, Kawhi, I think were the front court guys, and Harden, and
I got him.
I think who was the last, the fifth West person, but. You got the reserves
Harden,
for us?
Luka, Bron.
Luka.
Yeah.
AD and
All
Kawhi.
right. Let's talk about the reserves for the West. You got Dame Dollar, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Brandon Ingram, Jokic, the Joker, Russ, and CP3. Looking at these guys, who you gonna take off? Utah is a top 4 seed right now. I don't know if they should have had 2, but Gobert is probably in the West, probably the best big man. outside of what starting.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like what a 1 or 2 time defensive player of the year, I want to say.
Shit, he cried to get on there last year, so they had to look out this year.
So yeah, I think he's the hot name that everybody say take his ass off. Ain't nobody trying to see no rim protection in the All-Star game. I'm like, you're kind of right. That might not be his game, but
He can catch a
you know,
lot.
but yeah, at the same time, you can't just omit big man altogether, especially when you got one, that's putting up the numbers and the production that he puts up. May not be pretty, but sometimes it ain't all about that. It's just y'all let Draymond Green be on damn All-Star team more than one time.
Right.
So chill.
Exactly.
Just chill. But the snub names I saw so far on the West is like Devin Booker, Zach LaVine on in the East. Those are like the two main ones I saw. Jaylen Brown, Tatum didn't make it. Derrick Rose didn't make it. Who's that?
Rosen wasn't mentioned. I mean, he was on that snub list I saw, but
okay.
It seemed like they always do. They tend to value you have to really be balling to be on the losing team and make the All-Star team. You really got to. So
Right.
All right, let's get the East reserves real quick. Of course, Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton, Ben Simmons, Sabonis from Indiana, Jason Tatum, Kyle Lowry, and Bam.
Oh, Tatum did make it. Okay.
All right, now in that regard, let me see who. I mean, Milwaukee they're the number 1 seed. They should have 2 All-Stars.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with Middleton. I think the name people probably going to go to first, and that's only because they probably don't know who he is Sabonis.
But Indiana's winning.
Indiana's winning. I can't say I've watched many Indiana games, so I can't tell you whether he belongs there or not over. I mean, who we talking on the East other than Zach LaVine?
They'd say if it was a big, you'd say Tobias Harris maybe, Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Who else?
Bradley Beal was another one.
Now Beal,
he was a name
over Lowry. I'd say Lowry.
He has I don't know how many.
Yeah.
And then 2, the Wizards are so fucking bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that probably played a part in it too. And with people like I'll take Trae Young. If basically I think the fan vote is what got him over the hump to start. Because if he doesn't start, I don't think he makes it.
Nah, probably not over Beal.
For some of those same reasons that LaVine and Bill didn't make it. Because their team's just not very good.
I'm gonna have to eat a piece of crow pie right here.
On who?
Well, not on who, but on the situation. Cause when Jimmy Butler went to Miami, I was like, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
That's a mistake. You're gonna leave Philly. Y'all got a chance to win. And they got a second All-Star. And at some point, they're gonna get off them sucker contracts. They're gonna have money. They got all them young dudes down there. Shout out to what they're doing down there in Miami. Them dudes play hard. Jimmy was perfect for that situation. A grinder, and bam. I didn't expect this from him. I mean, he was solid coming out of Kentucky, but I didn't expect him to be an All-Star in 2 years. It's pretty solid, man.
Yeah, because he had a nice rookie campaign.
Yeah.
People didn't really know because they didn't win much last year. And you're right. I was the same way. I was like, why the hell is Jimmy going down there to get paid and lose, basically, is how I looked at it. Yep. Like, he must be going down there for the women and the beach and the sun and just Miami.
Too.
That too. But no, they didn't put together a nice squad. And they balling right now. We'll see what happens come playoff time. But right now, they doing their damn thing. They're top 4 seed right now, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And don't nobody want to play them in the playoffs because they're gonna scrap and grind and fight. So shout out to them. But yeah. Boston.
Only thing that may trip them up in the playoffs is that experience factor. Because other than Jimmy, I don't think nobody really has it. You know what I'm saying? That like you look at Denver got to the conference finals last year, but I think that was one of their main things is that sometimes you gotta get your heart broke, come back kind of thing, and or just go and learn how to play in the playoffs. But we're a long way from that, so we'll see. No.
Yeah, it's about to get real though. I like the fact that they done moved up the trade deadline. That's next week. I like that they're not
Yeah.
dragging it past All-Star games. You got people wondering where they're gonna be going afterwards. All that shit needs to be decided before. I think the buyout situation is gonna happen in a couple weeks as well, where they're gonna start buying them contracts. That's a good move, moving that stuff forward. You know, speaking of All-Star, what do you think about the changes they made to the game?
Oh man. I mean, I expect it, and I definitely get wanting to honor Kobe. Um, to me, a simple one team wear 8, everybody wear 8, and the other team everybody wear 24, something like that. But they didn't took it a whole nother step. Now I don't know if this is for some long-term changes or if all of this is because of Kobe, but they
Yeah.
basically people are adapting some rules that are similar to the basketball tournament that comes on during the summer. Not the big three, but it's the tournament that comes on ESPN, and the teams they play 5-on-5 full court for in a tournament over several weeks where winner take all. I think it started off with $1 million. Last year it was winner take all $2 million. And I think Jared Sullinger was the coach of the team that ended up winning. It was an Ohio State-based team. But
Okay.
that tournament. So basically the format is going to go, people, each quarter they're playing for $100,000 that's going to be donated to designated charities. The score is going to reset at the beginning of each quarter.
Yeah, like a new game.
Okay, like a new game. Fourth quarter, they're going to then combine all of the scores from the first 3 quarters, and then come up with a target number. Well, basically, the first person that gets the next 24 points will win the All-Star game. So we're gonna see how this go. It seems like it's a lot, you know. It's a lot just trying to explain it. We're gonna see how it actually play out on that Sunday when they play. What's up?
I got a funny question for you. It's not really funny, but it's funny to me. You're picking this team, like the captains are. Who's the last pick?
Who's the last pick?
I think Kevin Love was the first time we did this. No, it might have been Al Horford. We said Al Horford might have been that last pick.
It was him. I think it ended up being him or Kevin Love. This year,
I got one in mind, maybe.
I mean, Sabonis is probably going to be a guy up for that spot.
It's between him and Lowry to me. Because
Lowry
there's other good guard players in there, you know. So it's not like he's at a premium as far as being a ball handler.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
It's younger, better ball handlers right now.
Right.
So I think it's between them two.
That could be a possibility. Or somebody could go, one of these players could go and be like, yo, I don't really want to play that many minutes anyway. You know, so I think Chris Paul would maybe be a candidate for that, but with this being, a lot of this being for Kobe, I don't think they're gonna take he would take that opportunity to sit out. I think he would like to go out there and play. Especially, with this being probably one of his last All-Star games, talking about some of the older guys. So yeah.
Hey, Brian has to take AD first, right?
Is he getting first pick?
Yeah, he got first pick again.
How did that happen? Like, they flip a coin for that shit or something?
Nah. I don't know. Yeah, he led the league in voting, so yeah, he got first pick.
Oh, okay, that's what they do. Okay. Because I'm gonna say, if I'm be honest, I'm taking AD first just to break that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bron's taking AD first.
He got to take AD first.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Kevin Durant to take. There's no Steph or Clay to take.
Yeah.
Rest of y'all even.
Yeah. Yeah, that tall 6'11" shooting guard fella, he's kind of different,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let's just say let's try to do like a few.
Didn't we pick it last time? I think
almost down to the T. I think at least the starters we got right. All right, so AD. LeBron gonna take AD. If you Giannis, who you taking then?
Shit.
Probably Harden.
Yeah, gotta take Harden, I think.
Or are you going
Oh, you
big?
gonna go
Like
Luka? If he takes Luka over Harden, that'd be funny.
I would take Luka over
I'd
Harden.
take Luka too.
I would take Luka over Harden. The risk you run though is now you gonna give LeBron his choice of Kawhi,
Oh, I forgot about Kawhi. So do you take
Harden.
Kawhi second? Do you take Kawhi second behind AD? I forgot Kawhi completely.
Who's picking? Giannis is picking.
Yeah, I think he
Giannis
should take
probably.
Kawhi.
Yeah, that I think Giannis probably gonna take Kawhi.
But then that'll let Luka fall in LeBron's hands.
Somebody's gonna fall back in LeBron's lap, and at the worst, it's gonna be James Harden.
He always end up with the best team every year too. They really gotta like say, look, dog, you know, even if you win the vote, you've been captain 2 years already. We can't. No, stop it.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting because the West, yeah. Well, you don't have to necessarily only pick from the West.
Mm-mm. You picking from the whole pool. So I think if it goes that way, if he takes Luka, you got to figure Giannis is gonna take Embiid maybe. You know, Kim was gonna be the Kim ain't gonna be the last guard. Yeah, he will. They'll
Him
pick
or
him
Trey
last
Young.
before they pick Trey.
I'm just thinking, yeah, because Trey gonna try to shoot every damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Big disparity, and another thing too with the All-Star game this year, people, it's a lot of injuries. You know, Depot. Shout out to Depot. He's back. He was an All-Star last year. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Tattoo. You know, Paul George missed a lot of games. Kyrie missed a lot of games. You know, and
Yeah.
we also not sure about the injuries. You know, in between time, some cat might get hurt. Hell, while we bullshit, man, Kawhi might load manage this shit.
Hey, and don't let Luka tweak his already injured ankle. You know, but it's gonna be crazy because injury wise, what was I gonna say? Shit, I forgot it just that quick. But there's this was a year a lot of cats got to kind of get in there that maybe otherwise wouldn't. The
Right.
names you mentioned, KD,
Kyrie,
Kyrie missing games, Paul George being
yep,
out, Steph and Clay,
yep.
KD not
Forgot about
playing.
them. Yep,
John Wall.
yep.
You know, that's a lot of
Shout out
names,
to
right?
Bi too. Shout out to Brandon Ingram.
Oh, Brandon Ingram. Yes,
He played some good ball this year. Good ball. I'm interested to see how they play going forward because what I've seen so far, he's been deferring to Zion. So we're gonna see how that plays out. I guess we should talk. Had he played since we came on last time?
No,
He played that one game. He played one game, then we talked about it the next day. But I think they played 2 times this week. But he's been solid. I think he's averaging like 18 and 19 and 9 boards. So it's a work in progress. You know, the young man's talented. He's gonna see which way it go. But yeah, that was a good point. I completely forgot about Steph and Clay. A whole lot of them spots wouldn't have been available if a lot of these cats was healthy and playing.
No. And that's why a lot of people too was talking about like a Devin Booker. Like this was his year to go ahead and get in, especially at the guard position.
Right.
This was his year to get in, and he didn't make it. So tough, man. He got to get his way out of Phoenix.
That's it. Get your way out of Phoenix. You know that 27 don't hit the same when you losing 60 games a year.
Every year.
It really don't. But it's gonna be interesting. See which way it go going forward. Dame Dollar has been balling people. Dame's pretty
What are you averaging like 52 and a half over the last 4 games?
Like 4 or 5 games. I mean, busting ass.
33 threes.
The crazy part about that is they still 4 games out the playoffs. Still, right now today. If Ja gets Memphis in the playoffs when they supposed to be losing, that's an accomplishment. I know it's the West and it's down, but still, those are veteran teams behind them, and they still holding on to 8.
Yep, you got those veteran teams behind them, and then you got the younger teams that were supposed to make an impact this year, who were right there last year. Sacramento has not come close to what they were doing, last year.
Can we please merge Minnesota and Detroit and just be done with it?
Minnesota. Oh my God,
Can they just merge them?
Are they the most underachieving team in the league this year
Yeah,
at least?
yeah. See, and that right there, I mean, I know you got to pay these cats. I get it. But I'd be hard pressed if I'm an owner walking around. I'm paying max money. These suckers, they ain't getting me no playoff money. I'd be tight about that, real tight. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's tough. All right, so I guess next week we might have some talk about the trade deadline. I think it's next Thursday. I don't know what's gonna happen. And now that this situation with the cap done came up, where it might not be as high as they thought it was, some teams got to recalibrate and figure some stuff out. But I wasn't expecting a lot of big names to move anyway. I figured Detroit would find a way to get off of Drummond, but if you can't even get a first round pick for a dude giving you 18 and 15, people, I know y'all like shooting threes and everything, but somebody got to block shots and board. Somebody.
Yeah, I still think something may come about for that one because he's probably. I mean, he's a free agent at the end of the summer, right? So, well, he's got an option, I think,
You
player
picking
option.
up that option, you him, right?
What is it, like 27, 28?
27, 28?
Um,
I think I'm picking up that option.
Because ain't no money this year. I don't think.
Nah, not really.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
technically
probably
we could
picking
go
it up.
get him if we wanted him, but I think I'd hold on that option. Just see how that shit play out.
Right.
So, interesting. I'll see which way that goes. What else? I have anything else basketball related? Not really. Expecting a lot of tributes and whatnot for Kobe at the All-Star game. We're gonna see which way it goes. My early prediction right now: Dwight Howard's gonna win the dunk contest.
So it's Dwight, Aaron Gordon, and who
Derek Jones
for
or
Miami?
somebody. Yeah, that's
Derek
another
Jones for
one.
Miami.
Yeah, I feel like it's one more person, but I can't remember his name.
Did Derek Jones do it last year?
It seems
I
like
think
he's
he
been in
did.
it a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like didn't he win it one year?
I would say I wonder if he didn't, he was at least a favorite. I'm trying to think. I don't know if he won it or not, but I like his hops.
Yeah, he got hops. Jump out the gym.
That's
It
a
feel like
secret.
it was one more.
It's got to be at least 4. So.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they'll get to it. I wanted Ja to do it, but who knew? They're in the playoff hunt. So
Yeah, I mean he'll be there. He might do like the skills challenge.
yeah,
He'll definitely be in the rookie sophomore game, which that game got the potential to be crazy.
yeah.
Think about some of the names that that's going to be up in there. Your boy the Maple Mamba.
Oh, that's a joke. That's such a joke. Trey not playing in that game on Friday, is
he I'm pretty sure.
he?
Oh no. He doing a regular All-Star game. Yeah, he might not play.
I think somebody did that. I think Blake Griffin did that one year. Played in both, but wow.
I mean, knowing Trey, we ain't going nowhere this year. Hawks ain't going nowhere this year.
He'll be out there putting on for Adidas, dribbling between his legs, shooting from.
Cause
two games over the half.
2 games, I bet you he can get up 70, 80 shots in 2 games.
I ain't gonna say that, man. He'll get 40 up. Nah, that's 440's high. I was gonna say 40 in the rookie game. That's a lot of damn shots. Let's say 50. Let's say 50 for the weekend. That's 30 on.
Oh yeah.
Let's say 50.
Yeah, I can see that. He'll have to get most of them in the rookie game though.
In the rookie game, yeah.
In the regular game, he gonna have to take a back seat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He gonna take a back seat in that. Well, we'll see how the game goes.
Shit, these cats. Hell, Trey might get out there and be like, clear out.
True. Y'all see my hair? Y'all see my hair curly?
Exactly. All right, let's get to some football. We gotta get to this Super Bowl, but we're gonna talk a little bit of other football to begin with real quick. Dak Prescott did himself no favors today, or it might have been yesterday. He did that interview with ESPN. Dak, it's your boy Uncle Hate. When they owe you money, and they owe you, you played for $2 million last year. Why are you out there doing the ringing endorsement for these suckers who don't want to give you that real money? When Jared Goff and Carson Wentz and everybody got the money, and they still on some, you got to take that team-friendly deal. Don't say shit. Right. Don't say nothing.
Silence.
That's it. Don't say shit. I wouldn't even be at the Super Bowl. Wouldn't he be there? Just don't say shit. Let your agent talk. Because they got to come with your money. Because he does have leverage because they got a new coach coming in. He's going to want to install his offense. You're going to need Dak there. Shit, I might show up to camp, walk in, and walk right back out. But like, y'all call me when y'all got that bread. When money calling, I'm going to pick up the phone.
Well, it ain't going to get to camp. Well,
he's not even under contract, is he?
Yeah, I say, you see, the thing about it, the leverage, that tag.
Yep.
And if they want to, end of the day, the Cowboys know they got that in their back pocket.
Well, yeah, I know they got the tag, but if he chooses not to sign it and doesn't,
now if he don't sign it, then he can hold
the team because they got to install the offense. So
Well, yeah, you're right. So
that's the big joker he's holding right there.
So yeah, he would hold the leverage then in that scenario, but he's got to be willing to actually go through with it. Yeah. Not okay, after 2 days, all right, I'm gonna come on in, be the company dude. Nah, you got to be ready to sit the fuck out.
Why do people do those holdouts? The 1 day, 2 days. Why?
I have no idea.
What
a litany of reasons.
Yeah.
Some people think they built for that long term. They realize they not.
I mean,
start doing that. Accountant come and start doing that math. Say, hey man, if you start missing checks, that ain't gonna get paid. That ain't gonna get paid.
Your mama's rent got to get paid. Your brother need his car note situated. Mm-hmm. But Zeke went to Mexico, chilling, and they called him back right before the season. Gave him $90 million with 50 of it up front.
Like, all right, I'm back on the plane.
I got a whole lot for that bread, man. That got to be willing to do it, but I don't get the impression he's going to do that. I get the impression he's going to be the company man and play it that way. And really at this point, you said it last year. You've been saying it, really. Y'all better get that money in there before they start paying these dudes. It was Carson Wentz last year. He's like, Jerry, need to pay him before Carson get paid. Need to pay him. Then Carson got paid. Carson got paid. Then Goff got paid. Y'all fuck around, let Mahomes get the Super Bowl this week. Fuck around, let that happen. Regardless if he lose the Super Bowl, he gonna get $40 million, maybe 50. Get it done. Get it done, Jerry.
And and now that I'm just sitting here thinking about the whole chess game, another bullet in Dak's gun, if you will, is Amari Cooper.
Right.
It's in Dallas's best interest to go ahead and get a Dak deal done so that they don't have to waste the tag on Dak.
Right.
And they can tag Amari.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, I've been saying it all season. If they have to fuck around and use that tag on Dak, and Amari could be like, you know what? Y'all better get in line. I got a couple other meetings before y'all.
You've been saying
and especially with how the season ended. But the way that the season ended is what now makes it more, I think, more of a realistic chance than maybe it was before. So we'll see how it plays out. But
he got to take meetings. Amari has to take those meetings.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
The Jets will probably come calling. They need Arizona may come calling. There's a whole lot of teams that's gonna have a whole lot of money, and you gotta listen. So yeah, I ain't even think about that aspect of it. They need to hold that tag for him. So we're gonna see which way that goes. Jay Glazer reported that the Chargers have officially moved on from Phillip Rivers. I mean, we kind of saw it last week when he moved his family. But
right,
at this stage, I was on Kane Nice hit me earlier today on Twitter in regards to Greg Olson. It's like, yeah, Cam probably next. I said, yeah. I said, the biggest question, I said, that's cool. And I said, but the biggest question is, if you're the LA Chargers, do you want Justin Herbert to be your quarterback, Cam Newton, or Tom Brady? That's the question you got to ask yourself. So it's a lot of dominoes left to fall, a lot. And I guess we can segue into Greg Olson and the Panthers have decided to go their separate ways. I saw a picture on Instagram a little while ago. It had Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, Julius Peppers, Thomas Davis, somebody in the center, a couple other dudes. Those were the captains. They're damn near all gone. That's like 2 years ago. We in shambles right now, dog. I guess they're burning it down to build it back up. I guess.
It's a rebuild.
Complete rebuild.
The only question is Cameron going to be the last man standing out of that situation and to go on forward with the rebuild. Cam is only 29, 30?
He'll be 31.
31. Okay, yeah.
But in football, if he learns to not take the big hits, you got 10 more years. You got 10 more years technically. Because remember, he missed most of the end of the last. Well, no, he didn't.
Yeah, Cam plays too physical. Cam plays too physical, I think, to play 10 more years, 9 or 10 more years. I'm thinking more like 5.
Okay. That's still a solid
career. Mid 30s, somewhere around 35, 36 is where I kind of see Cam's stopping point. Yeah. So if you want to say, can you build, if you want to say rebuild or whatever, typically you ain't building around somebody who only going to be there a couple of years. So I think a long-term contract got to be worked out. Yeah. Or they could go a route where they're going to do this last year, see how it goes with Cam, and just try to right now start getting players.
Right.
Just get as much talent as you can get. You know what I'm saying, in the building that's going to fit the scheme that you're running. Because you got a coach that's going to be there. He got a 5-6 year deal, or was it 7? 7. So he going to be there. So
if you're the Chargers and you call Carolina, what you offer? You know it ain't gonna be 7. You keeping 6. They got 6. You keeping 6.
6 what?
Overall pick. I'm not giving the first for him at 31.
Oh, no.
So what would you offer?
Second, third, I guess. I have to see what they have, what picks San Diego got.
Yeah.
But I don't really see. I see San Diego drafting the quarterback. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's what I see them doing. I think Brady's ass is going to still be if they're eating clam chowder. I think the Chargers are going to draft somebody.
What do you think about that hard line, New England? They're saying they want to know before free agency. I can't really blame them for that, but I can't blame him also for going to see what's out there.
Right. So
I can't blame him for that, but I think people will wait to see what happens there. I think.
Yeah, the Patriots can draw that line, but okay. I'm gonna call your bluff because who the fuck is gonna be available free agency wise that you just gotta run and go get at quarterback? You know what I'm saying?
Ain't it funny how you maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not hearing shit about Jameis. I'm hearing all these names connected to Tampa. Like he's just gone. Okay, he threw 30 picks last year, but he still threw 5,500 yards and 30-something touchdowns.
Yeah, but he threw 30 picks, so that's why people don't mind talking freely about his job going to somebody else.
I can't sit on. I can't look over the turnovers, but
with Jameis and some of these other teams, like I said, to me, the free agency market, whether it's outside of Cam Newton being cut, outside of Cam, what other names we talking about? Jameis possibly being on them.
Speaking of,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying the names that's going to be available free agency wise at quarterback is not a whole lot there to me.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So I don't think some of these teams got as many options as they may think they have or they may like to have. Like I'm saying, for example, the Bucks, if they cut Jameis Winston, okay, now who you going to get?
And I keep hearing Teddy. I'd rather have. I could be wrong. I'd rather have Jameis Winston than Teddy Bridgewater.
I think I probably would. Honestly, maybe I'm hard headed because I keep thinking that Jameis going at least cut the turnovers down to some degree, but he keeps throwing more. So maybe I'm just idiotic in that sense. But
that natural talent, and I'm like, people just bypassing him like shit. Yeah, with Teddy Bridgewater. If Jameis Winston's out there over Teddy Bridgewater
is the new Alex Smith.
Okay.
You know what you're gonna get. He may not necessarily be the reason that you go to the next level. But he is there to not throw 30 interceptions. We saw in that whatever that 5-game stretch was when Breeze was out this year. He's there to not throw interceptions, stick to the fucking game plan, and play his role.
Right.
So it's like, do you want consistent but yet conservative, or do you want sometimes it may be a little shaky, but it's high powered when it's on point.
Right.
You know,
we wouldn't even be having this conversation if Jameis would have had 20 interceptions instead of 30. Yeah. If he'd had 20, they'd be talking contract extension.
Yeah, that 30. That's 30-30. That's 30-30. Speaking of 30 for 30, y'all check out the Mike Vick Part 1 documentary on ESPN, 30 for 30. But yeah, Jameis being in that 30-30 club and 5,000 yards, that's a tough one right there.
That's tough.
I don't envy Bruce Arians and probably the sleepless nights he's had trying to decide what the fuck to do in that situation.
Yeah, they got to get a running game, so maybe he ain't got to throw the ball as much, but, you know.
That may help.
What else we got? Freddie Kitchens landed on his feet. He is the new tight ends coach for the New York Giants. So the New York Giants are now the place where fired coaches go to start over.
Yeah, because they got Garrett
and Kitchens.
So Garrett goes from head coach to quarterback coach?
Offensive coordinator.
He's offensive coordinator, okay. And Freddie Kitchens goes from head coach to tight end coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Ooh. Good job, Cleveland. Good job.
Hey, but Freddie still get his money from Cleveland.
Yeah. They like coaches. Speaking of Cleveland, shout out to what's the brother's name? Cleveland, the GM.
Cleveland. Oh, Andrew Berry.
Shout out to Andrew Berry. He's 32, right?
32. General manager.
Youngest general manager in the NFL, and he happens to be African American. You got pieces to work with. I hope they get you some wins, cause it's only two of y'all. So y'all can be friends at the owners' meetings. Only two of y'all.
But I definitely hope he does a good job. I hope he gets an opportunity to show that he can do a good job. Not no 2 years, no shit like that. So it can be proof in the pudding. That we capable of doing these jobs. I hate when they give us the bullshit job and then expect us to turn bullshit into a Super Bowl team in a year, 2 years, and then you out the door. No, they don't work that way.
Hey, Baker Mayfield, if this shit goes the other way, this dude will be the one deciding your future. Everybody else in that building who rock with you, they're gone. So you got to ball, my friend. You got to ball. All right, last football topic before we get into the Super Bowl. Deion Sanders was on Undisputed this week, and he was speaking on the Hall of Fame. And Deion pretty much, well, he didn't imply, he said it, that they let every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Larry in the Hall of Fame nowadays, and it's not as exclusive as it used to be. He said that a lot of the players who were in there before, they were game changers. They were people you wanted to go see match up, and a lot of these guys getting in, they're not making. They don't have that type of impact. What do you think?
I agree with some of his statement. I disagree with part of it. The part I disagree with is because obviously overall, you definitely see his point, and he's correct. I don't think it's as bad in football as it is in other sports as far as they just letting people, and it ain't really a lot of it. Some of it is just letting people into the Hall of Fame. But, if you kind of look at the history of, say, Basketball Hall of Fame, it's always been more lenient because it's not just the NBA. Yeah. It's about your contribution to basketball. Yeah, right.
There you go.
So that's why the NBA has always been a little different. Major League Baseball was always pretty tough up until the steroid shit. And now they don't let the right players in, so just fuck them all together. But with the NFL, the part I disagree with is there's only so many players that change the way a position was played. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just limit it to that. To me, a lot of times when Prime start talking about these kind of things, he's talking in third person, and to a degree, he's talking about himself. Because he was a guy that changed the way a position was played. He was that guy. Everybody in the Hall of Fame ain't prime.
Nope.
Everybody in the Hall of Fame ain't Jerry Rice or,
Nope.
you know what I'm saying, at that level, you know what I'm saying, of a superstar. So I don't think it should be cut off to just that. But when you talk about people getting in that shouldn't be in, that's when you start talking about, and I know this all sprung from this Eli Manning debate. You know what I'm saying? To me, Eli in the Hall of Famer. He threw way too many fucking touchdowns. Interceptions to touchdown ratio. They had too many losing seasons. Yes, I understand he got his 2 rings. He did his thing in those games, but those teams are also heavily dominated by defenses.
Yep.
You know, and so he couldn't be Hall of Fame for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially not first ballot.
Yeah.
But I understand he gonna get in because his last name Manning and he got 2 championships.
Yeah.
You know, but I think some of it was just prime ranting. Do you think it was anybody else that he's calling out though?
No, I couldn't think of anybody.
Has
he
already
did say
made
this
it?
year. He said, "Look at all the cats they let in this year." I was trying to think like who did he have a problem with this year?
Well, see, this year they haven't even. As a matter of fact, that don't come about to this weekend. I think they found out this weekend. Okay. The only names that they've released, you know, this year they are putting in because it's the 100 season. Yeah. They got an extra set of guys that they putting in, but that's only for this year that they went to that extra provision where they letting extra people in. Other than that, next year we're gonna be right back to the same 4 to 6 or 7 people max. You know what I'm saying? Every year.
And a football roster is what, 52?
53.
All right, so that's 53. 53 players times 30 teams. So that's 1,590 cats every year.
32.
It's 32 teams? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
32 times 53. 1,696 players playing at one time in the league. Everybody don't make the Hall of Fame. Everybody don't. I feel like the NFL Hall of Fame is it's definitely more legit than basketball. And I feel like it's earned. You know, I can't really think of anybody over the last couple of years that got in. I was like, why'd they get in? I can't really think of none.
Because the first ballot guys are obvious.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the class is usually made up of some guys that 9 times out of 10, most cases, been waiting too damn long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So they'll make you wait some years, but it's not like they're just pulling Joe Horn out the category and say, yeah, Joe Horn's a Hall of Famer. Nah, it's legit. So, you know, sometimes Deion can be full of himself, you know, and I'm all for the third person talking, but, you know, it don't always have to be about you, dog. Not every situation. Not every situation.
Right.
You know, but yeah, that was definitely towards Eli, but, you know, y'all can bitch and moan, but he going to get a gold jacket at some point.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when. And, you know, if Breeze and Breeze and or Brady decide to walk away this year, along with Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger coming up soon, depending on who fall and what year,
he might have to wait.
He already should not be a first ballot. I don't give if you're gonna let him in, but he should not be first ballot.
Right.
So with all these other, and then they won't let but so many of one position in at a time.
Right.
You know, so you got Breeze, Brady, Ben, Phillip Rivers. That's a backlog against that quarterback. And we ain't talking about, I think it's a few others that's deserving that's still out there that haven't made it.
I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to put it on here. I'm starting to wonder, is this Breeze not coming back thing possible?
You know, it could be. He could, you know, we'll see. I mean, there was talk about his arm dying down a little bit there toward the end of the season. We saw Taysom Hill come in some playoff games just to throw deep balls.
Yeah.
You know, I've been seeing stuff that, and I know we've been disputing it, but they think Taysom Hill may be their franchise quarterback going forward.
That's a joke. That's
you
a
know,
joke.
so you know, we'll see. It could very well be.
Yeah, I started to hear a little bit more about it, and then when, you know, Russell Wilson let him start the Pro Bowl over him, I was like, okay.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah, they said Russell let him get the nod. I was like, oh, well. I mean, he has been playing for a long time. Shit. Michael Vick's 30 for 30. They were in the same draft. Vick ain't played in forever. So
yeah, and and Drew got his. He got his ring. He got his one. So and then like he's still playing for that. Yes, I know he would love to have another one, but he's still playing for that. You look, you look at, you got high profile players walking away. While they still as much in good health as they can possibly be. That's starting to happen more. He's got plenty of money. We talk about it. He won't ever have to buy a steak, pay for a drink in the city of New Orleans ever.
He could be the governor of New Orleans if he wanted to be. Straight up.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons for him. He can say, you know what? Yeah, it's I'm done. Because they keep coming up short these last 3 years.
3 years.
That's grueling. That's a different level of pain. You know what I'm saying? You that close that many years in a row.
Yes.
He may be worn out.
You got small kids. Maybe you want to spend more time with them. So it's if that job opens up, that's an attractive job. If I'm Cam Newton, I might go get a condo in New Orleans close to the facility just to hang out and work out. If I'm him, but Taysom Hill, that's gonna be interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get to this bullshit. We started this year off, people. Both of us had teams, and I said my team was gonna go 12-4. I was excited, and we're down to 2 teams left. One of them ain't mine, and the other person on this chat podcast show that we do, his guys are playing for the big one. And people, let me give you a little insight. We've been friends for a very long time. I think 25, 26 years, somewhere around. He has been a fan throughout all of this shit, throughout all of it. I mean, the lean years, the Jeff Garcia years, when
Ken Dorsey, Tim Rattay,
he's been
Jim
a fan.
Druckenmiller. Whoo, boy.
He had the gold 49er starter when we was little youngins, little jits in high school. So y'all hadn't won one since '94. So on a personal level, I'm happy that y'all there. So, but let's get to this shit. I'm taking the Chiefs in this game.
I already knew you was taking them. I appreciate it, and I appreciate that because I don't want a whole lot of people picking us at this point. A lot of people been picking against us all year, and I want the same energy to be kept for one more game. So I appreciate you taking the Chiefs.
I'm happy. But I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be
like I said last show. I would have been happy because I know we would have drugged the Titans. But for the viewing public, I can see why people are glad it's not that matchup.
Yes.
Okay. But this, man, you got strength versus strength, high power offense against a very good defense. There are areas that I'm gonna have my eye on because
let's do like we did last week. Last week. How do y'all lose the game?
Well, some areas I think Kansas City can hit us in is with the tight ends.
Okay.
Possibly because just the cover 3 scheme in itself, there's openings, for the tight end. There's been games this year that we struggled covering tight ends.
Yeah.
Now I think Quan being back definitely helps in that area because before he got hurt, he was, I want to say, the top rated linebacker in coverage against tight ends. If not, he was in the top 2 or 3. So that's definitely going to be a big help there. But sometimes if that responsibility is on Fred Warner or on Fred Warner, he has the tendency sometimes to be looking in the backfield a little too long, and tight end can get behind him. So I'm going to have my eye out for that because the chunk plays that Kansas City likes to get, I think our base defense is designed to limit those, if not stop them altogether. We don't that cover 3 scheme is you're not giving up many big plays. So that's where I think it's going to be vital that we keep those tight ends in check so we don't have to send extra men to the middle of the field.
Now, if I'm KC, I'm gonna send Sammy over there to just run Sherm around for no reason. Who's your other corner I can't remember his name because that other dude's not starting no more.
Yeah, Killer Wilson ain't starting no more. The guy that took his place, Emmanuel Mosley.
Can he run with Tyreek?
Yeah, okay. I mean, none of them in a straight line speed are going to keep up with Tyreek Hill in a race. But like I said, the defense is not a man-to-man defense. So there's going to be areas of the field where you just pass that off. You know what I'm saying? Now there are times where we go man-to-man, and there's been times, for instance, the big Devontae Adams play against Sherman and the Packers. One of the few times we went man-to-man. Chunk play, you know what I'm saying? What I think Andy Reid is going to do, if I'm him, I come out and try to run the ball because I think Salah and our defense is going to be mainly focused on stopping all that speed that they got at receiver and tight end, that there should be some running. There may be some running lanes there. You know what I'm saying?
Passes and draws.
I don't know about the draws. Screenplays possibly, but we fast from sideline to sideline on defense with Greenlaw, Quan, Fred Warner. We got even Bosa and Armstead and them boys coming from the D line. They chase down a lot of those screenplays.
Yeah.
So I don't know necessarily that, but I try to run right at us.
Yeah.
If you can with Damian Williams, because if it gets to a point, if we can't stop the run, then if we have to commit extra bodies to the run, that's going to open up the fucking pass game, and that's going to put us in some trouble, I think.
I'm trying to think the best defense that Kansas City played this year. They played Baltimore.
I can't think off the top of my head, but I do know I was looking at, because I know a lot of people have been talking about the defense and how it's been playing great lately, and it has been. But I took a look at who they've played, and it wasn't the most high-powered of offenses over those last few games. But they're playing good nonetheless. So you can't take that away from them. What I do like is that Mr. Frank Clark can't seem to shut his mouth this week.
I was just about to bring that up, boy. He giving y'all all type of bulletin board.
From the D4 comments, like if you never met D4, why do you call him a chump or a sucker or something, whatever he said. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, you giving bulletin board material for no reason. And he came back with something else he said yesterday. I forgot what it was. I should have had it together. But anyway, and I saw him today. Today he had on a Trump sweatshirt.
Seriously?
He had on the sweatshirt with Trump and Kanye.
He's taking advantage of this, trying to become a personality, a character. A lot of dudes do that, but focus on the game. You got to bring it. He's the best tight end and the best defensive end in the league. I mean, what else you supposed to say? Yeah,
but
you ain't supposed to shit on yourself. But then he ain't start playing till damn near week 12.
Yeah, so we gonna see. Don't get me wrong. He gonna be something we got to deal with. But I'm confident we gonna win this game. I just think this is our time. It's 25 years from the time we won the last one. The uniforms we wore in the last one that we won in '94 is the throwbacks that we've been rocking all year. We couldn't get them approved for this game, but oh well. This doesn't feel like when we went into that Super Bowl 2012 when we played Baltimore. Even though our team, we had a great ass team, it was that Ed Reed, Ray Lewis getting ready to retire thing that just kind of had me on edge from the start. Like, man, I don't know. And we lost that one. That was our first Super Bowl we lost. I think we got this one.
Well, they playing for Big Red.
They can play for him. That's all good. We playing for a lot on this side too.
Because let's talk about him real quick. Then we'll touch on Kansas City a little bit more. Andy Reid got to win this game.
To do what though?
I feel like he needs to win this game because we talk about it all the time. Shit gets real after this. Because once Patrick Mahomes gets paid, the money's going to be a little bit tighter. In today's league, at least, you got to win at least on the quarterback rookie money. Otherwise, that's going to change your dynamics. I feel like it's going to be different next year. They lost one already. He lost what 4 straight NFC Championship games. I feel like he needs to win this game. You can't consistently be viewed as a genius and you not get it done.
So you're saying for his legacy?
Legacy.
All right, because to me, his legacy.
I think they'll be back. I'm sure at some point, but
right. But no, I mean, to me, on the legacy part, I think it definitely will make his legacy better.
Yes.
But let's just say they do lose this game. He's still a great Hall of Fame coach. So I don't think it changes that. I just think he's just going to be another great coach or player that at this time don't have a Super Bowl. Like right now, let's just say. Only player I could think of off the top of my head is Dan Marino.
Yeah.
We know Dan Marino didn't get a Super Bowl. Let's just say hypothetically if he won a Super Bowl right now, does it really change how we look at Dan Marino as a quarterback?
I think probably Dan gets the benefit. He gets benefit because people say he's probably outside of Elway, probably one of the best quarterback prospects ever. And they still put him up there with no ring, ain't at the table. If he had that ring, yeah, they might be talking about him up there with Elway. Right now he's right outside that. They don't of course they say talent, yes. But if let's say he loses this. Let's say Reed loses. That ain't far off from being Buffalo's coach. You win, but you ain't win that one. Falling apart in the playoffs a lot. A lot.
Yeah. I think how he loses will go a long way too.
Oh yeah, y'all stomp him out.
Because a lot of the thing with Andy Reid, a lot of it is not just because he hasn't won a big game, but it's how he went about doing it with clock management things, not running the ball, play calling. Those have been the things that kind of got him that negative kind of connotation, if you will. But outside of that, he's
good. I'm not saying
he's a good coach.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. He should be a Hall of Famer. A testament to Andy Reid to me is his coaching tree has actually worked. His guys have went on and been successful. He ain't hoard the knowledge. Players done well under him, players and coaches. So, I'm
and I like Andy Reid. He just can't win this Sunday. He just can't have this one.
I'm picking them in this game because I feel like this has got to be, well, I guess Los Angeles, but Goff ain't Mahomes. He's not Mahomes. This probably the best offense y'all done played this year.
Best offense? we done played some. We played some good ones. That that's of course everybody
was solid.
The Saints game.
I'm
trying to think.
Outside of running back though, this is the best skill position in the league. This makeup they got up there.
Oh yeah, because I don't think. I can't really, off the top of my head, I can't think of any team that can match what they got.
Rams are the closest one to me.
With their top 4 weapons, the Rams.
I like their wide receivers.
Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp and
they're solid.
Brandon Cooks getting knocked out every 2 seconds.
I don't like Cooks. I like the tight end Higbee. He's solid, but if we're talking overall units, they're up there. It's not a lot of teams that have 3 or 4 good pieces. So, and Mecole Hardman, he's come on for him. Well, he's really a one-trick pony, the go route. But
there's so much other stuff going on. There's so much other stuff going on that you got to watch his ass, and then you got to worry about him on. And then you got to worry about him on kicks too, on punt return. So they got a lot to look out for.
I'm looking forward to Tyrann Mathieu and Kittle. You think that's gonna be the matchup? Possibly. Kittle's much bigger than him, but speed-wise, he can run with him.
Yeah, he can run with him. Thing is, though, if he let him catch the ball, then getting him to the ground is another thing.
That's a whole other thing. And
I'm thinking, and it's going to depend on how we run the ball against him. But I'm thinking Honey Badger is going to be up there that line to try to stop the run a lot. I think that's where his main focus is going to be. And if that's the case, then he could possibly lose Kittle behind him if that's his responsibility.
Yeah.
But I think I don't think people are talking about And I know why, because in the last couple of games we ain't had to throw it. But I don't think people talking about our offense enough. We put up points.
Yeah.
And I really think Jimmy's due for a game. And so I think he's gonna have a good game. I got him being the MVP.
Suggs got to play. This is probably his last game. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
You got Frank Clark on the other side. Chris Johnson, I believe is his name. Johnson or Jones. They got to get some pass rush. They got to.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game gonna be won in the trenches, both sides of the ball, offense and defensive line, and I think that we got the upper hand in that department. So, if we run for 250 yards again, Jimmy ain't gonna have to throw, but ain't gonna have to throw with 10 to 15 passes. Yeah, but our objective is to not give up big plays, not get down multiple scores, and just keep doing what we're doing all year, and that's punch people the fuck in the mouth.
Can't be no turnovers.
And see how they're gonna respond.
Yeah.
I think we battle tested. We done won damn near every kind of game you can think of. We done won games. We done turned the ball over 5 times in the game. We won in the monsoon.
Yeah.
We won 10-9. We won shootouts.
Yeah.
We ready. I can't wait till Sunday.
Well, we're gonna be back here next Thursday to see what happens with it. Like I said, on a personal level, I'm happy for you, but I gotta hate.
Hey man, I try not to be too unbearable. I'm trying to be humble.
I mean, you've been waiting for it, so I wouldn't be tripping. Because I might have a second team next year wherever Cameron goes.
I feel you.
And I reserve that right. So
I got a couple people at the job, and I understand their position totally. They like, dog, I can't pick y'all. I got to pick Kansas City, and I already know why, but I'm just entertaining them. Why? Because we can't watch Shanahan win no Super Bowl, man. We just can't watch it because of his being with the Falcons. I was like, hey, man, I get it, but I think he's learned his lesson.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. So it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to a good game. Should be good shit. Ready to get up out of here, boy?
Yeah, man, we can get up out of here. People, again, this is episode 210 of AA Sportscast, straight sports, no damn chaser. Find us on the YouTube channel. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Leave us some comments there. If you're on the go a lot, just download that Spreaker app. If you got Apple iTunes, you already set to go. You can find us there. And so check out that content. We appreciate y'all. We will be back. Like he just said, next week to do a Super Bowl recap. And then sometime probably shortly after that, we're going to get a real Kobe tribute show going. So we're going to figure out how we're going to do that. And we're going to get a man a nice AA Sportscast send-off.
I got something random real quick.
This is where shit goes left, people.
Don't it seem like J-Lo booty got smaller?
I haven't seen her recently.
When she was running with Puffy and shit, her ass was huge. It's like now it's like it done deflated.
When they get older and they still trying to keep that shape, then they have to lose weight a lot of times.
Yeah.
And sometimes the ass goes with it.
She is a legit 50, so it's possible. So we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see what she bring to the table in this entertainment Sunday. I may or may not see it, depending on how the first half of the game go. All right, people, we finna get up out of here. Uncle Hate, tell these people where to reach you at on social media.
At ReK6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
All right, y'all can find me. I'm at Diego Barish. I'm on Twitter as well. Again, y'all, matter of fact, tweet at me during the game. No, matter of fact, don't. Don't do that. Yeah. Before I say one more time, man, we out of here, man. It's AA Sports. Straight sports, no damn chaser. Y'all be good. Have a good weekend. Super Bowl, baby.
Yes, sir.
Peace.